the test that they ran went perfectly. So
That's good.
because I had to follow the modification of the hardware in the areas where they did the modifications to make sure that they were doing that right. That's what I was doing for 3 months, was getting that stuff ready to test. And the testing showed not what they expected,
Oh,
but it was something that was very helpful in making sure that they didn't have the same problem again.
in the future, like the failure of the shuttles wouldn't
That's the
happen
one
in the
that
future.
crashed over Texas.
Right.
And it
Yes.
just went all over the place.
Uh-huh.
And they had pictures of all the pieces and parts they found.
Oh my.
And we looked over the parts and pieces, and it didn't help us, but they really went through it really carefully. But we did our testing, and they discovered that I think it was one of the control surfaces on the space shuttle that failed,
Oh, okay.
and they realized that was what happened.
Uh-huh.
And they didn't realize that before. They didn't have that information, and
Uh-huh.
so they had to modify the control surfaces a bit.
Well, that's good. They were able to improve that.
And after that, they didn't have any more problems.
Excellent.
So we probably saved a few folks anyway.
Praise God for that.
One of them that was in that flight though was the teacher.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was a real shocker, because that teacher was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
The teacher in space.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was an interesting place to work.
Uh-huh.
No doubt about that. And like the boss said, whenever he hired me, Larry, I got to tell you, he says, this is probably what you'll be doing, but he said, from one day to the next, we don't have any idea what we're going to be doing. And I said, well, this sounds interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Well, and it was also it was interesting in the fact that he was going to be my boss was always interesting too, and that made the job definitely more attractive. But it was the lowest paying job I was offered.
Oh,
7 different job offers.
Wow.
And mostly in Texas, California, and Florida.
Uh-huh. Why'd you take this one?
All of them were hot places, and I just decided,
Oh.
I think
Because
Cleveland
it's hot.
sounds interesting. When I got in my car to come to Cleveland, I drove into Cleveland on February the 4th in '93, and 2 foot of snow on the ground.
In 1993?
In 1993, there's 2 foot of snow on the ground in Cleveland.
Or maybe 63?
Oh, 63. 63.
That's better.
95 was when I retired.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm looking and I'm thinking, am I really want to stay here in Cleveland? I never even knew Cleveland at all before I came here. Do I really want to stay here with all the snow and everything? And I thought, well, I'll learn how to ski.
And you did.
I learned how to ski
Yep.
and learned how to be a Clevelander.
A Clevelander.
Learned that I was not an East Clevelander, I was a West Clevelander, and that was good.
Oh. What's the difference?
Well, people in East Cleveland and West Cleveland did not mix.
Oh. I did not know that.
Strange thing.
Huh.
It just wasn't, they weren't people that agreed with each other for some reason.
Huh.
And I never really found out that East Cleveland was, the first part of it was all black.
Okay.
And then you get out further east, and that was all the high and low white people.
Okay.
And they had very nice homes and everything else, It was an interesting place to get used to.
Huh.
I was, 23 years old when I got there.
Wow.
22, because I turned 23 that year.
Just out of college.
Yeah. Yeah. It was 60 years ago.
Uh-huh.